work for your loved ones, someone's gonna, is this happening right now? No. Listen, if you have to, I would part-time make sure you got something for yourself. How long does this last, and what are we doing here? How long does this last? How long am I going to be going through this? What is this? I mean, when is justice going to be served with me? Let's say that I know that I'm different. Let's say I'm supreme in some way. I'm different. I'm better than them. Why do I feel like am I targeted? And I don't even... King of Wands. I am one of those guys that they warn you about. Did I become that smug that I didn't think that I could be targeted? Well, I was targeting someone else. Now that you take the only reason is government stuff off the table, it opens this thing now, which agitates me a little bit, because it forces me to think, and it forces me to think about my own self in this way is uncomfortable for me. Which tells me that I could be even worse than one of those guys that they warn you about. The lesson learned, yeah, like get away from me, walk away from me. But I'm a creep, right? Do I want to stop being this person? This is, what if I take sex off the table? What does this have to do with a commitment in some type of relationship or a business? This feels like an underground business life. Tear my castle down. They could have had all men working with them and for them, and I think that they had this loving Queen of Cups type of thing. This I breathe life into this, and this is why things were better when I was here. They either cheated or they stole from them. They took advantage, is what this feels like. And now, like, I don't want to know. Because somebody said, do you think that it's possible that the reason why this is happening is because when so-and-so was here, this happened, and then in the midst of that, it's like, I don't need to hear that. This is, when somebody has no choice but to look at something for what it really is, it is so uncomfortable. Did you feel that? It does something physically to this person, which is great, because if you acknowledge that this is fucking your life up, this inability to see this or to only see this, the combination of both, it's dangerous. And this is like, I don't have any fight left even. I'm intentionally bringing fight into my life when I don't have fight left. I mean, whew. It's turning me into some man-child. Why do I feel pilgrim? Like somebody's that far back in the times, the pilgrim ages, or times where men, this feels like that toxic, drunk, Western type of, that somebody, this could be what kind of timeline somebody's stuck in spiritually. This person here doesn't like, they're selective with the attention that they receive. They want to receive attention for great things. This is, yeah, I help bring balance. This is, I saved someone's life, or yeah, I put that fire out, or I'm the one who collared that guy, something like that. But when they're going through loss and things, and the community can see that they have to hold back or they're not doing things, that this has been, people in the community or even your family members can see that something happens all the time. And then there's some kind of balance that happens, so this would be the problem solved, or this is what you need to do to solve the problem. And it seems, if it's balanced, then it's either an easy fix, or you already had the solution. You were either helped out or something came through, and it was this is a humanitarian, this is some type of act of kindness or something like that. And then what happens is, I think what this feels like, pay it forward. Like, look, I got this 2 bottles of water, I only needed 1. I could save this for myself, or I could acknowledge that I'm not going to go out of my way and look for somebody that's fucking thirsty. But I'm going to assume that if I'm supposed to share this, then they will be brought to me through a series of events and choices. I'll make a left here. I'm a little tired. I can force myself to keep going, but I don't have anywhere to be. So I can just stop here and just regroup. Now, I wait, right? I wait. Patiently waiting, because I would like to give this, but the truth is like, finding somebody who appreciates that shit, but finding somebody that looks like they need the water. All right? Not somebody who's going to go, man, I sure am thirsty, because they can tell that somebody that deserves that water is going to get it. Yeah, do not. And then this is the, don't stop that flow. That'll stop the flow. Why? Because now, what that came off of you, and it's going to somebody that will never give fucking back without getting something in return. You're connected to that now. Your name's on it. Let's say that this is the business now that just plummeted immediately, and there's so-and-so's name attached to it. Spiritually, this matters. Remove all cords from anything that, whether knowingly or unknowingly, that's keeping me stuck, or anyone, from now until the end of time and thereafter it is done. Yeah, and this will put, and then on top of you being an introvert, this, you know what this does when that happens? This forces you to overthink things. Like, it even forces worry and stuff, where you wind up isolating yourself from the world because all you're focused on is that again. This is a recurring thing. Every night for you. There's a lot about crying every night for you. So either somebody is very violent or just very crude around other people, and they could, at the very least, they don't show their true emotion when it comes to things. You have disruption. Why is disruption here? Either that's what this is with the throat. It could be that you're someone that, oh, this is the lesson learner guy, the one where I guess you choose to not argue with, for whatever reason. I don't really feel like you choose arguing first, period. And you're pretty, this would be, I'm committed to that, right? Like, with the moon card, I let things happen on its own. The moon illuminates things that need to be brought out that may be uncomfortable for someone to do all of it. And you're pretty solid with that. And that could also, with a guy like this, agitate, right? This guy represents, this type of king represents the reaction of when I see people proving me wrong, or in my eyes they are. There may not be anything in their eyes that they would recognize as proving me wrong. Do you understand? This is just how they move through life. I'm taking something personally, and this person may not even know that this is even a thing in my head, right? Now, for others, this is the type of, you won't sleep with them. You won't sleep with this type of guy. So let's say that this is just that King of Wands type of, this could be just jealous, cranky, inability to see things that works for it, right? You just become kind of a miser. Now, let's say that you walk away from these types of guys with, I won't sleep with them, I won't date them, I can't even be friends with them. Let's say that your fucking dad or your ex-husband, now your kids come over, or you have to do this family thing every so often because there's a business involved. But he's the same type of guy. What do you do now? It's the kind of male presence that's there. Wisdom. Thank you. because the wisdom is different than just learning things. Oh, I went out, I learned today that, Betty Sue did suck dick for the fence pieces. That's just knowing something. I'm not gaining anything from that. Wisdom, this is something I can take with me and then benefit or grow off of something else with that bit of wisdom. Granted, I like to be the half full, half empty type of woman, and you never know. I may be in a situation now where just to make people laugh, and I will laugh at it. If I had to do such thing for a fence panel, you never know in the future. I'm sure somebody will have it logged down, what I was wearing, the words that were said, or not. I think that it's hard with this type to make things right because of, one, the inability to change the view. I mean, that's it. That's a lock on that, right? Because if you can't do that, then there's no action that's taken that's differently to change the course, to change the flow, to reroute something to happen differently. So at some point, what happens now then? What happens now then? This isn't working. Either neither side sees it for what it is, or only one side is. It's causing too much disruption. With the throat chakra, this is also not saying what you need to say at the time you need to say it, in the way you need to say it, to who you need to say it to. And what this does for you when you know that I said it to you, I said it with respect, I said it firm, and I said it at the right time. I believe that's all that matters. If I wait till the right time is for you to say the right thing that makes you take it differently, now I'm speaking as you from my own vessel. The fucking power that takes from me. I'm saying what I know you want to hear from my mouth, but now it's causing disruption because my brain already had something automatically ready, and that was just the truth. Now I have to alter that a little bit so that we don't argue about something else when I could have saved all this valuable whatever this is. This could be brain nutrients, whatever it is. It's valuable when it comes to everything else in your life. You're overthinking. I felt brain pain. Or I can just say, off the cuff. Some of you are so much better off the cuff. You pre-think things, and then you get stuck because you don't. If you pre-think it and you go over it and over it, and while you're doing this, you're justifying that this actually is right. Just because it's in your head, drilled, doesn't mean that your side's the only side. This is Ace of Cups. This is saying things with a certain type of empathy, and then being disappointed, because it's not taken. I just feel like it's not taken that way. You could be coming off as some type of I don't want to come off as some type of fucking girly angel. Please don't. So you could be just, I'm a real tough kid. I can handle it. All right, that's what she said. Have you been dealing with this stuff since you were a child? I'm talking to little girls who had men around them. Is this why I have this? Why do I show such loyalty? There has to be a gender thing. It has to be a mix. There has to be something that even the people who their passion is genealogy may not have known. Who gathered the first bits of information on that, and did they have a solid connection to something? Now we build off of that. How many things that we believe just are in this thing, Earth, that the initial seed could have been off? What did we do, right? What if DNA is also altered by the way that we handle things, which would be more when we talk about the feminine traits of things, and or just feminine traits and ways that feminines would handle something. Maybe just because it's an energy, it's a more nurturing, which would come with more kind of he, right? If it was just a feeling. When you have men who tap more into that in different ways, not he, but for some of you it just is that. Your looks could start changing and stuff, but then what happens is some women or even the men, whatever it is, I feel like that's the outcome of, can your decisions and the way that you move when it comes to giving that off, right? Do you think that if, let's just say there was a balance or a scale where you could see my masculine and feminine, my masculine's over my feminine today, I feel you. I don't know what, I'm just who I am because I have nobody in my life to be anything else for. And I wound up overly loving myself to the point where I think I'm giving off such a I'm good that I think what I'm giving off to the universe now is I found my soulmate and I'm good. That's how much I love myself. There's another person here in this thing's eyes, and it's, I could have said, hey, listen, just make it so that I find my soulmate and I'm good. And I was already here. I would like this fixed, universe, please, if that's the case. I really know how to say shit. I know how to say shit to destroy other people's lives, to destroy my own. So you see, this isn't just a one-way thing. Get over yourselves. What else we got here? Oh, yeah, Ricky Bobby. Oh, they took me out of 1986. Okay, baby, they took me out of 1986, and it was for, what is it, John Gerald J. Hall, Redding. These Reddings, they're not, but the way that they sacrificed and the way that they talk about them doing this shit, you might as well be, Prairie. Yes. Yeah. Is that what it is? That's what it says in the card. YAAASSS. Yes. Here we go again. This is a whole other thing. I clear that. She can be a diva. I can't stand these types anymore. That's what I feel like. And I feel like I'm talking about a woman who hangs with other women. I want to. And then if men want to put this in, then go ahead. But this is for women. Am I ever going to have a friend? I mean, a friend that I can, because you could get, I get along with my mom, or I get along with the neighbor who's been like a mom to you, or the sister, or these females in your life. I get along with them, but it doesn't feel like natural that I would say, hey, come over and we'll just slumber party here. I can't tell them things about the parts of my life that I don't want to be judged for. You know, and it's not that they say things out loud. You can feel the judgment, or you judge yourself, and it's not even coming from them. Used to look into my father's eyes. Knight of Swords. Yes. About face. Yeah. I mean, this could even be somebody that was ready to give something away to someone, right? Like I want to be that person that gives away something for, it could be something for free coffee or free, just to put something good out there, and that did it. It could have been to interview someone for a channel that's either is huge or is going to be. Yeah, I'd rather, whatever this is, I'd rather hold on to money. This could be a job too. This is going to be my boss. It's the way they speak. I can't say that I work under this. May I? When I say okay and I accept these interviews, it's two-sided for me. I pay attention to the dynamic in the workplace and whether I fit here based off of my personal experience and my resume. And I haven't seen anything that would entice me to take this job, but I appreciate your time and for you reaching out. Yeah, like I'm just gonna have to, unless somebody's funny though, like I'm just gonna have to prostitute. I'm just gonna have to do a webcam, and somebody does, or they did, or something like that. And I'm gonna have to, how do I make money secretly off of it? Now, this is a guy, I'm telling you, you could do some shit like that. Why don't you guys do that with these gay sites and stuff? You don't have to put your face on it, and you can even edit the video. That's when the editing and the filters and the overlay would be great. It's the energy that comes off of you. This is for the guys where I'm fucking gorgeous, I'm fussy, I won't stick my, but I started dating myself in a different way. These guys were dating themselves. They were taking themselves out to dinner and out for drinks and buying themselves nice things. But when it came to passion, here I am now. Mm-hmm. I may never leave the house again. I make dinner for myself. There are men that they make dinner for themselves. They open the good wine. It's just them. And then I sit there, and this is amazing. This alone, that way they can say, this one helped me get through this. They were given the tools to get to, by a woman too. They were given the tool, because when it came to this part, this is where a woman had to come in. Now you have these strong women. You're the structure so that things don't completely crumble, right? You're the home structure. You know what I'm talking about. As the woman, you're not supposed to be the one that immediately solves all the problems. You're not supposed to be the one that, and sometimes he says things because he needs to hear himself say it. He doesn't want you to go, well, we can do this. He wants to be that person. You're going to have to feel that shit. You just are. Yeah, pay attention for people who get into this stuff on both sides. When you go to click on a video, regardless of whatever the thumbnail, whatever this thing that's pulling you in looks like, give your body about 10 seconds to feel how you're gonna feel when you're done. Because if you can cut that or gauge that, you don't have to clear your whatever this is that you do to clear. Like, what am I gonna do every time I watch one of these? Now I realize, oh, I don't feel like great. I'm gonna go stick my fucking feet in the grass, when I can feel it out first. Yeah, this is gonna help some of you, because some of you have some beautiful, and your technique is gonna help others. My God, I could just look at that channel. You filter it right? Because nobody wants to see raw footage of anybody's. I'm sorry, you just don't. Now somebody's going to try and figure out a way to, I don't know what you're going to do there, but do you see that instinct of, I got to now take the filters off? That's something you need to get rid of. I'm looking through a stained glass window. Is somebody at a church or an old church? And I'm going through this. This is a last resort. Last resort for court. I don't know if you're on crack or I'm waiting to hear this trumpet or something. Or this feels like one of those abandoned churches in another country other than where I'm at right now in the United States. Something's happening with your relationship, my marriage. You remember that movie, Not Easily Broken? I love that movie. It feels like that. Now, if this isn't an abandoned church, somebody's wondering, well, I spend so much time giving praise to this being for the things that I have that I always give him credit for. But when it comes to the hardships that come into my life, I want to put that on the devil only. Why do I do that? Because in my eyes, what I'm doing is I'm making this God out to be perfect in every way possible. Do you know how the danger of putting that on someone? So then what happens? There's a possibility that this belief is altered in some way. Let's just say change of plans. Now I'm putting this overlay, this film of absolute perfection on something else. It's a lot to live up to, but it's my thing to live up to. And then when somebody else doesn't, because they just don't want to, I get angry with them. You know, it's weird. It's very, because I do feel like for who's in the churches, a lot of you are there because as a victim. And this is what this belief has done. I'm broken. I'm a sinner. I'm repenting. What. Where's the good shit? I serve my master. Is your master worth serving, though? Not just because somebody says, I'm your Lord, I'm your master, get on your knees. No. You're going to have to earn it. Yep. Holy water. That didn't really work, did it? Especially now, where did the holy water come from? Is it holy by the time it gets to me? What if it went through 12 hands of pedophiles? But it's holy. They touched it, he touched it. It's that thing, man. I told you. Now I gotta clear and clean my holy water with something else. At some point, I'm used to the darkness. You get used to the pain. You get used to the suffering. You get used to the problems, challenges, whatever you want to call them, the happy days, the good days, the ups, the downs, the all-arounds, the lefts, the rights, the diagonals. You get used to it. You just, maybe this is what makes a strong being, a strong species, a godlike person, is not having everything given to you on a platter or with a teaspoon, but actually living life and experiencing the things you're supposed to, so that your outcome is this strong, unbreakable. How else would you get there? But at some point, let me reap the benefits of going through all of this. I am ready, universe, to reap the benefits of being such a strong being, lifetime after lifetime, and I am ready to hang up my fight from now until the end of time and thereafter. It is done. Who knows? Maybe we really do have to be specific on what we request from this thing. Knowing, though, that either you deserve it once you request it, or that when you request it, you have to now match that frequency. This is all it is. Here it is. I request this. I wish for this. These are my wishes. Whatever this thing is, whatever it is for you, you're still about here. Can you see this? I have to be here in order for that connection, so that now when it goes out, and it has to find me. Say that this quantum realm is your shipping. Why would I change or allow somebody to fuck my vibe up when I know that that's my address, that's my location, that's my GPS? Otherwise, it's going to go somewhere else, and now it's just a big problem. It's the way that you look at things. I'm not saying you have to change your belief on something, but the way you look at it from maybe a child's perspective, or whatever, right? Whatever makes the time where you're waiting for this thing that you know you deserve to get there. However you have to ride that time out. Right. Bye.